the house. Maybe they used a similar design, so they have the same, almost the same house, same type of house. So from the outside, when you look at them from the outside, you can't tell the differences. So what is the meaning here? What is the meaning of all these similarities? So this means that the gospel they've heard is one and same. We hear the same gospel. The gospel that doesn't change. It never changes. It's the same, and it will always remain same gospel. So the people just come maybe to the church or to any platform and hear the gospel, hear the message of Christ, and when they go out, they react to the message in very different ways. But the thing is, regardless on how they react to the gospel, all of them built a house in their own ways. So, we build the house. So we build our house, or we build our lives based on how we have understood the gospel of Christ. This is what Jesus says. This is how I can do it. So, you try to interpret the message of Christ and then build your house based on how you understood the gospel. And the Bible says that the two houses were built in the same location. What does it mean? This means these two people share the life together. They go along together. Maybe they go to church, to the same church. Or maybe they work together. They have life together. Or maybe they have the same job. Or maybe they have some things in common. So maybe you guys come together at church and do things together. Have time together to share the gospel, something like that. We hear the same preaching, hear the same gospel, the same sermons. So from the outside, you can't tell the differences. We all go to church. We all sing. We all worship. We all pray. So from the outside, you can't tell the differences. Because we are all building our houses or building our lives. Let's now see the contrasts. What are the contrasts? One man built his house on the sand. Because we are all building. We are all building. And you build the house in accordance to how you understand, to how you understood the gospel or the message of Christ. One man built his house on the sand. What does it mean? All of us know the sand. The sand is unstable. If you go to the beach, and when you step on the beach, it's unstable. Very changing, it's moving. There is no stability on the sand. So the sand is not a good place to build your house. And the sand can never provide a firm foundation, a very solid or strong foundation. But the thing is, you are building your house like any one of us. All of us are building. I want you to notice that thing. But the thing, one is building on the sand, knowing the nature of the sand. So building on the sand speaks of the people who hear the gospel. They hear the gospel, but instead of believing the gospel and coming to the faith in Jesus Christ, they believe they can build their lives based on their understanding human philosophy. This is how we can interpret the gospel with our reasons. Based on their wisdom. I am smart. I know what to do. They believe they can understand the message of Christ based on their opinion. And based even on religious achievements. Religious achievements, it's like, I am a pastor. I know everything. I have the ability to interpret the message of Christ. I am an elder. I have a title in the church. Everyone knows me that I am someone at the church. I do something. I am a very high figure. So I am able to understand the message of Christ. So these types of people who build on the sand are driven by outward appearances. They just want to appear very fine. From the outside, they want to be fine. And they want everyone to notice that they are fine. They have faith in themselves. They do not have faith in God, because if they have faith in God, they would mind about God, but they mind about themselves. How do they appear on the outward, on the outside? These type of people choose to follow God on their own terms whenever they want. They come to church whenever they want. They do things on their own terms. If God commands them to do something, they will just do some judgment. Is it okay? Is it good? If they don't like it, they won't do it. But God has commanded you to do this. But you say, is it? So I don't like it. I don't like it. If I don't like it, I don't do it. So these are the people building on the sand. And we will see the result later on. So the sand builders, they like easy path. And that's why when God commands them to do something a little bit complicated, they don't want to go into it. They just want a shortcut, easy thing. They love quick and instant things, instant results. So building on the sand is taking the easy way out. So the things will look good on their outside until a storm comes. Until a storm comes, then if a storm comes into their lives, then you will understand who they are. The way they react to the storm will tell which types of people they are. Whether they have built their lives under the sand or they have built their lives on the sand or on the rock. Then everything will be exposed. Because maybe we've been pretending that our lives are based on Christ's. We've been building our lives on the foundation of Christ. But when something comes, that kind of a storm comes into your life, everything is exposed. Or the last judgment. This can also be the last judgment. That last judgment, when it comes, everything will be exposed. You cannot say, I have been building my life on the foundation of Christ and the gospel. So we need to mind. So let's see this one, the one who built his house on the rock. So the one who built his house on the rock is the type of man that I want you to be. A type of man that I wish myself to be every single day. I want to build my own life on the rock of Jesus Christ. So building on the rock, brothers and sisters, is a hard work. It's not an easy work. And it takes time. It's not something quick. It's not something instant. So while one man built his house on the sand, the other one on the picture, you remember, digs deep until he reaches the bedrock. Down deep